What's up, world, and welcome back to the Kaisa Show,
where we discuss all things. I always forget my line here.
It's random. Today is just going to be a random day.
Okay.
We decided that we didn't have a real strong topic today. And so we're like, we need to try things out. So we're going to ask a bunch of random questions and see where things go.
Dun, 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 dun. And I have no idea what the questions are. They're all coming from Mike, so...
We got a list. We're going to roll through them. And we're going to, we're going to stay on them a little bit. Okay. It doesn't have to be yes, no.
We're going to dive deep.
Yeah, you can kind of you can elaborate. We'll maybe have a convo on some of these.
I'm going to start
challenge
sweating.
you. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
But first, we got to start with what's buzzing.
Oh.
And I'm going to start a timer because I tend to go on a little too long about because I'm always buzzing on something. So I got to limit my buzz.
Long-winded buzzing, though.
I'm an endurance buzzer.
Yeah, he's an endurance buzzer.
You're more of a sprinter.
We're doing it right now.
Here we go.
What are you buzzing on?
Here we go. All right, I'm so glad you asked. Today, I'm buzzing on...
Okay, y'all cannot even see. Oh, those are fire!
Right? Sun skis. These are sunglasses, folks.
What?
Okay,
I wish you all could see it right now.
got 2
Those
minutes.
actually are really good looking
nice,
sunglasses.
right?
Are they cheap? What's special about them?
$58.
No offense
when
I said are they
I'm
cheap, but
I
know
I'm a budget-friendly kind of guy.
Those are good looking sunglasses.
Thank you.
Are they unisex?
Try them on. Here, this is a great way for the folks at home to see.
Oh, okay. So, I have a really big face though, so not everything looks
No,
good
they
on
do.
my face.
They look good. It's kind of got a Morpheus from the Matrix vibe with some hip LA vibes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
With a little bit of beatnik.
Those are really light, but nice.
Right? Polarized.
Okay.
Here's why I'm buzzing on because I think we didn't talk about this, but I had a pair of Costco Puma sunglasses for the last 4 years. Here's my thing. When I like something, well, my wife knows this about me. She bought me an extra pair. So I have one in our truck and in our car, right? So no matter where I'm at, I got my shades covered. But recently, both pairs actually got scratched and I needed to get new sunglasses. I'm not motivated to buy sunglasses in the winter, right? So I'm just kind of but then every time we get a little sunny day, I throw them on. I'm like, damn, these are scratched. So Saturday, I was like, I need to get a pair of sunglasses. Went to REI. They only had the floor model available.
Keep talking to the people because as you're buzzing about this, I realized we were on the same page. Keep going.
Hold on.
Keep talking. I forgot I got two.
Okay. So they only had the floor model. I was like, I'm not buying these. Everyone's been wearing them. They got a little scratch. Checked Amazon. It was one of those things where I felt bad too because it's like, I want to buy from REI. I'm here physically right now. Let me buy it, right? I want to support the brick and mortar. But here we go. They don't even have it. So I ended up getting them from Amazon. They just came today before I came over.
Also, they're really nice looking. Also, sunglasses are so expensive.
Totally.
So while you were buzzing, I realized I was buzzing off of sunglasses too because I have been getting
Before you go, though, I got to just give a quick plug.
Keep going.
Sunski, replaceable lenses for like $18 or $15. So when you scratch them, you can just replace. You don't have to. And their whole thing is sustainability. It's from recycled plastic. Their whole thing, they got a good little message going. So I feel really good about it. I'm buzzing.
$59.
$58.
$58.
They range from like 40 to like 70.
And I feel like, or do they do some type of a Tom's thing? It sounds like that's what kind of.
Yeah, they give 1% back.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
I don't know what Tom's does. I think they do like a pair of shoes per pair of shoes bought or something.
We happen to be buzzing on the same thing. This was not my intended buzzing topic, but now it's going to be the difference. Are you trying to look at the brand?
I'm just looking at. They have like
between
a nice little
mine
message.
And Mike's buzzing.
Let's see. Ooh, those are good.
Are they fire?
Yeah, those are good.
Okay, so we were both buzzing on sunglasses again, but sunglasses are so expensive.
Totally.
You go to the store and they try to charge you like $400 for sunglasses.
So what were those?
These were not $400.
Yeah, just be honest. Look, people are gonna look them up. All right.
These were I think they were like 160 or 50.
That's not bad. Here's the thing. When I was at REI, they had the ones I was looking at, which you could try on. There's no glass. And then you have the versions that are behind the glass.
Yeah.
They were all like 180 minimum.
Yeah,
they were like
really
250, 270. I was like, yo, that is a lot of dough.
Yeah. And for something for me that I wear and tear my sunglasses, they get scratched. So these are James Oro for anyone
James
that
Oro.
cares.
Okay.
And I was totally sold on an Instagram ad.
What's inside? What does it say? Does it say I am dead? What does it say?
I don't see anything that says
The
I am
gold.
dead.
What's that say?
James Oro.
Yes,
I am dead.
It sounded
James Oro.
cool. Like,
oh,
you know,
wow.
I don't know.
Okay, I am dead is not cool.
No, I know that's the wrong thing to say. It's not cool to be dead.
But like death, darkness.
Yeah, like have you seen the new Death Water? I think it's called Death Water.
Yes,
have you
seen that. Yeah.
Have they hit you up?
No.
So their whole thing, it's kind of, is it Death Water?
Yeah, in the cans.
In the can.
Yeah.
Which their whole thing, it's a very like punk rock thing. At first glance, it's like, this is kind of corny, but actually it's kind of cool because what they're trying to do, or at least to my understanding, is that they're making drinking water like cool. And so like when you're out and you get a Death Water, it doesn't look like you just have like the little like 8-ounce cup of water, you know, and you know, not that it matters, but
I know,
it does.
it's so funny.
It's
like,
stupid.
but marketing is everything.
And it's kind of like they make shirts, and it literally, I was on a film set recently, and like I think 1 or 2 people were wearing a Liquid Death shirt, and it just looked like a 90s punk rock shirt. And I was like, oh, it's actually a new water brand. Interesting.
Yeah. There's a coffee brand that's doing it too. That's kind of cool.
Are they Liquid Death?
I don't know. Now I'm not quite sure, but the coffee brand has this, it's like really dark and it has stars and just cool branding, and it makes you want to wear the apparel and it makes you want to buy it. Are we down on our time?
We just hit it.
No, but I didn't get to talk about what I was buzzing on.
What do you mean? You just grabbed your glasses.
No,
okay.
I was not buzzing on that team. So I get an extra minute.
You were just hopping on my buzz.
I was hopping on your buzz.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
We were intertwined. We were buzzing on the same thing accidentally.
Okay, we'll do a 7-minute buzz.
Okay,
segment.
we're gonna do real quick.
Here we go.
I am buzzing on my brand new Mealy vacuum cleaner because I don't know about any of you. I actually love vacuuming. There is nothing.
This is a true statement. When I came over here, she was washing dishes, even though she has a dishwasher, and she was vacuuming the floor. Very excitedly.
Whenever people are over, I'm always vacuuming because it calms me. There's something about vacuuming that calms me, and also I like, you know, things clean. I have gone through so many vacuum cleaners. Who would have known? Dyson, not it. And I know avid Dyson fans are going to come after me right now. Shots fired. But I have hardwood floors, so I had to get a specific Dyson for hardwoods. Not it. Luckily, Best Buy is coming through with okay, if it doesn't work for you, you know, several months later, we'll still return it. So I got a new one. I don't know what it was, but it got rated high and it was great and it could mop the floors as well. Terrible. Terrible.
Mop the floor?
Yeah,
like you put liquid in it?
Yeah, you can put water in it and it mops the floors.
But not good.
Not good. So
Question.
now,
when you went to return this item to Best Buy, was it a simple, just like, hey, I got this to return, or did you have a story? And did you use a little force?
I mean, I come kind of assertively, this vacuum is not working. It wasn't working though.
Yeah. It's not your problem. It's
not my problem. And the fact that it's past the warranty is not my problem. That's kind of how I come. But 3 months into a vacuum,
especially a Dyson that's supposed to be, you know, the best vacuum in the world.
Top of the top. And you pay like $400 for that thing. And it was literally, I think 3 months in, it stopped working. So anyways, I'm on to the Mealy. Love it.
How do you spell Mealy?
Miele.
Okay, I've never even heard of that.
Oh, really?
Is that a thing? Like it's a known...
Mealy's known for their vacuums.
Got it. Do they also make like fans and things like Dyson makes?
I actually don't know. That's a good question. But if you are in... What was it?
The market?
In the market. That's what I was looking for. And if you're in the market for vacuums... Shop the Mealy.
If you're in the mood, which you always are,
I'm always in the mood
for vacuuming.
Vacuum. I'm always in the mood for a clean house is the reality.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you have hardwood floors.
Yeah. Thankfully, you don't have a pet.
No, but my hair is basically a pet on top of my
You
head.
have hypoallergenic.
Yes. And I have black hardwood floors.
Yeah.
Imagine that. And I'm obsessive. So vacuum, Mealy, sunglasses. That's where it's at.
That's the buzz.
That's the buzz this week.
Okay. So today we're just going to, like I said, we're just going to ask some questions. You're going to give some answers. We're going to see where this goes. Okay. Let's see if we can kick this off. Buckle up. Just based off where we were just at, is there anything that's sort of like... here we'll start nice and easy. So, if you were to have a pet, is it dogs or cats?
Oh, hands down dogs. Because I mean, and we've had both growing up. Cats are so stuck up always. And if I'm going to give you love and affection, I need to receive that as well.
Two-way. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm just not going to like admire you and dote on you and not receive anything. And cats have never, all of the cats that I've grown up with have always been just kind of this very like to themselves attitude. Also, they were outdoors cats. So, and then the dogs that we've had, one dog, and now my mom has a dog.
You were their best friend.
Yeah.
As was everybody else.
As was everybody, but it didn't matter. When I gave them love and affection, they gave it back to me.
You're also like kind of high energy, and cats, like that is kind of dog energy.
It's totally.
The young dog energy. You kind of have puppy energy actually. Because cats are just chilling. Like, what are you doing over there? Why are you even talking to me right now? I am sleeping.
I got so called out right now. I have puppy energy.
You know, which cats don't like? You know, because we had a cat. Shout out to Nell. She died last year. And our son, just he has toddler energy.
Okay, but River is 3. I am 36, and you're saying
you're just hype. You're hype. Okay, let's take You have hype energy.
Yeah.
And I think just cats in general. Like if you come to a cat, you come at a cat. They're like, no. I come to you.
Yeah. It's so true.
Yeah. We're actually at this. Not that this is about my answers, but just relating here. Yeah. So we lost our cat. We've always had cats. My wife and I really like cats, but now we have like a really energetic kid, and we're like, I don't know if a cat is the thing. Part of it is like maybe it'll calm him down, but the other thing is
calm River down.
Yeah, like maybe he like kind of learns to be like kind of gentle or something. I don't think that's going to be the case. So now we're like, I don't want a dog. That's like another kid that never grows up, right?
A dog is like another kid.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. But I go back and forth. Like when I'm out on like a farm or like camping or with someone who has a dog, I'm like, this is so cool, this dog. But then I'm like thinking about the day-to-day life that you have, and you're like, you have appointments and you do this and that. And you're like, oh my God, was the dog just in the back seat of the car?
Honestly, it is like having a child. And it's, for me, like that's why my mom's dog, I love him, Blue, but I will literally go and just hang out with him for a day or two. I'll have him over here. It's kind of how I am as an aunt.
Yeah.
No knock, but at this point in time, I'm not quite sure that I want children. So it's like, it's great. I love being an aunt, having all the benefits of being able to like be an aunt dog or a real aunt, and being able to then, hand it back.
It's a good place to be. And I think people often make the mistake when they are in that position. They're like, you know what? I should just get a dog, or I should have a kid. And you're like, it's different.
It's so different. But for me, not to go on a tangent, I feel like nannying really helped, because when I was young, so my mom there's 4 of us total. My mom and my dad had us young. And so I was always thinking like, I'm going to be 25 and have 5 kids or more. And then I started nannying. And I nannied right as I was graduating college, and I nannied 2 kids at the same time. And I was like, I love children. Do not get me wrong. And also being an aunt is like my favorite thing in the world, but it is a reality check of what it is actually like to, be with kids 24/7. And I was nannying them when they were babies or less than a year old.
Because they get used to you enough to where you're no longer novel. So they can throw the fits, they can do all the thing. Whereas kids are usually on pretty good behavior when they're around others who they're not used to being around. And then as soon, like when we pick him up from school, he'll have a great day at school, and then it's just like tantrum. You're like, what happened? You're like, oh, you saved that for us.
Yeah.
But when you're a nanny, I bet you probably get a lot of that.
You get it all. I was with them for long days, all week long. So, but I loved them. I also got a taste of what it was like to actually, truly like love and care for. And this was before my nieces all came along. So.
Okay, dogs.
But yeah, I'm sorry I hope nobody gets offended that I related pets to children, but.
And I hope you don't get offended that I relate puppy energy to your hyphy energy.
I don't get offended by what you're saying.
No shots fired. Okay. Let's see here. You're looking so nervous. It makes me want to ask a really good one, but I'm like, no, there's a bunch of different ones here. There's some are light. Okay. So that was a light one. Because your hands are clammy. Not that that's a bad habit, but what would you say your worst habit is? Not that you have any, but if you have any.
Worst habit?
Yeah. That you're willing to share. There might be like a darker one.
I know. I can't even think of like habits right now. You're with me a lot. What are habits?
Well, you used to bite your nails, right? But then you started getting nails.
No, I didn't used to bite my nails.
Oh, I thought you were always
dirty.
I thought that's why you got nails.
I got nails because they look so cool.
Oh, but that was new. That was new. Yeah. That wasn't always
bad habits.
I feel like you talk about them.
I honestly,
I don't want to call any out.
No, I don't. No, come on. I mean, we're in a safe
Apparently,
zone.
folks, she has no bad habits.
No.
Cool.
I probably have so
Miss
many.
Perfect.
I probably have so many that I just can't even. Speeding, is that a bad habit?
Okay, let's go into that a little bit.
God, that makes me.
Hopefully, no sheriffs or state patrol are listening in.
Definitely speeding.
Fast driver.
I'm a very fast driver, and sometimes I don't realize that until my group of friends get together, and then you and Taylor the other day were talking about.
It's just like known. We don't share it with you necessarily, but then when we get together, start talking about it, it's like, oh yeah, she was going 80.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is when people are. I feel like I'm driving safe. Like when you were in the car with me the other day, I was consciously driving like, be safe, don't scare Mike.
Which that's scary because that was, slightly uncomfortable. I did have, I felt safe in the car because the car felt safe. Like it had a lot of safety features. So if something were to happen, if this was like if we were in like an older, car like 20 years ago, I think I would feel a lot more unsafe.
This is not good. This is making me even sweatier. But it does have safety features because yesterday I was driving and I was getting ready to slam on the brakes because the car in front of me had, and my hands were like this. So kind of like in front of the steering wheel, and my car slammed on its own brakes and jammed my finger into the steering wheel. I was like, okay.
Better than a black eye from an airbag.
Good thing I didn't hit. I wasn't going to hit the biker because I saw the biker.
Sure.
The car in front of me just panicked. Yeah. So my car panicked.
That is a good feature. The whole they have a bunch of I think Subaru has, it's called eyesight or something like that. Yeah. And it just like it tracks what's in front of you. And here's the thing, like I've sneezed before and I look up and it's like, holy crap, like it's right there. You know, it's scary. So it's like not always just like,
Mine's a little aggressive. Like it was like full on slamming the brakes for me.
Because you're probably going 70 or something.
I mean, it wasn't going 70. It was on Lake City
into 35. Yeah.
No. Okay, so for sure a bad
Worst
habit is my speeding. And I do know that. And the problem is I'm very conscious about the fact that I need to add more travel time because I set myself up to need to speed.
So it's kind of conditional.
Places. It's totally,
Actually, I will second that because on our way back, you was chilling.
I'm chilling. Yeah.
The way there,
not
chilling. Yeah, it was definitely like
because I think drift. I can get everywhere in like 20. It was not Tokyo.
I think we definitely broke 4-wheel traction at least twice. There was a couple moments.
That's not true.
What was I going to say about that? How do you change that? I mean, do you just like, is it, so it's adding more time to.
For me, I know, I genuinely think I could get everywhere in 20 minutes. The reality is from my house, I can't even get to the freeway in 20 minutes sometimes. Yeah. So the problem is I need to add another 15, 20 minutes on to my time. But that is a bad habit. That is a bad habit. And I am so mortified about this habit of being late.
Yeah.
Because I know what it says is that I don't respect people's time.
Yeah.
And that is something that I'm like,
I don't think that's what it says. I think that's how it can be interpreted.
It's how it can be interpreted. This is genetic though. I used to get in trouble in school when I was in middle school because my mom couldn't get us to school on time. But I was like to my teacher, I'm not the one driving the car. How is this my problem? So it's like something I'm very conscious about. Sorry, Mom. But I have to work on my time skills. Yeah. My time management is awful.
Which is why we work together so well, and maybe it's dangerous because I'm the same way. I'm like 20 minutes to everything. And that was like, 18 years ago in Seattle. It legit took 20 minutes to get anywhere. Now it definitely doesn't. And so every time I'm running late or anything, I'm like, oh, God dang it. And I send you a text. You're like, me too. Yeah. And I'm like, sweet. We're good.
Yeah, we're definitely. I mean, you're way more prompt than me, but.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
You are. It's okay.
But I'm in the same boat. I need to, like, my whole thing with exactly 20 minutes just to get to the freeway.
Yeah.
Or get on. So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. Or a bad good one. I don't know.
I'm conscious of both of them.
Yeah.
That
You're
is
working on
definitely,
it.
I'm definitely working on it. Not so much the speeding.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. We'll just hop down to this one. What's a current trend that you can't stand? Or it could even be
okay,
like,
real quick, we're just gonna go to this one while I think of another
Hit
one.
it.
The bougie dad shoes.
oh, thank you, because this is mine too.
Cannot stand. One, also, I'm a sneaker person, and it already pains my heart that Jordans are now like $200. So it's already gotten ridiculously expensive. But then when you have like Gucci, Balenciaga, all of these really expensive designer brands coming on the sneaker scene, literally copying sneakers and then charging $1,000 for them. Can't stand it.
That kind of fashion in general is so like annoying because it's like, hey, here's the thing that we make fun of and totally like put down, and then but it gets made so much fun of that we're gonna then we're gonna literally release the same thing, except it's cool because we did it and we're gonna charge 10 times the amount.
Crocs. They did that to Crocs.
100%.
Yeah. And Balenciaga started making Crocs. But the thing that it also tells me is that there's just so many of us in the world, because I will include myself in this, that just think if something is more expensive, it's cooler. And I think that trend, that always like kind of rubs me the wrong way, probably because it's something in me. I'm always like, oh, come on. Like bigger, better is not always better, or more expensive is not always better. So that dad shoe trend, I hope it dies off soon. It's still going strong though.
Wasn't it though? Like, do you consider the dad shoe trend similar to the sort of like platform tennies that like girls would wear? You don't really see.
Oh my God.
Is it the same or is it different?
It's totally
different.
different.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very different.
I was
because
trying to
it
ask you
became
about this another time.
designer.
Okay.
So it's like the thing about the dad sneakers, and again, obviously, hopefully nobody gets offended, but it's literally that like that big bulky dad shoe.
Like the Pete Carrolls.
Totally the Pete Carrolls that Nike makes.
I have a knockoff version of the Pete Carrolls from Costco, of course. Kirkland
mow your lawn
Signature
in?
to mow my lawn.
Yeah.
They're the greatest lawn mowing shoes.
And they're super comfortable, and that's great.
Nice and wide for your dad toe.
Yeah, like for all your dad needs. The problem is that the price tag that comes along with them. That's where I start to have. And the platform shoes are not the same. That's not the same thing.
Different thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I can't stand that one.
They're
just
like
don't the
chunky
look.
platform
Yeah, I mean, I know
sneakers.
you kind of have a couple.
I probably do.
borderline
I probably do.
chunkies.
Oh God.
That's cool though.
I know, but mine are probably like not $800 chunky.
So what
shoes.
bothers you more is the capitalizing, like the cost. Like
Yeah,
say
but
if they were
super
$100
hypocritical right now because I do have some like very nice,
Pete Carrolls.
shoes, not Pete Carroll's, but some very nice shoes. But for a sneaker person, it's crazy that all of a sudden something that literally looks like, I don't know, a Brooks shoe is out there now for $1,000 when it is a total knockoff of, things that we've been wearing and rocking for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you need to have another one. You said, let me talk about this one while I think of another one. I feel like that was a good one.
Trying to get fresher under pressure.
So did you call them dad shoes?
Yeah.
What did you call them before? No, did you, is that what you said? The dad sneakers?
The dad sneakers.
Okay. Doesn't matter. It's just
chunky
curious.
dad sneakers.
Oh. Favorite shoe brand? I know this one. Oh, this
is easy.
Yeah.
My favorite shoe brand is Nike.
Yeah.
Not to work out in necessarily. They're definitely not my favorite to work out in. So I will say current favorite to work out in, Vivo Barefoot, by far and away. Minimal shoe, absolutely love. Also, this is like obviously not getting paid. I feel like my movement has changed working out in my Vivos because they're so thin and minimal that it's basically like working out in bare feet. I also wouldn't suggest them for everybody.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this and you're like just getting started in your movement journey, I wouldn't go straight to minimal. You have to kind of like break your body and your feet into those. But I love those for working out in. My favorite shoe of all time is Nike and then, / Jordan because they're slightly separated. But it always has been. Like I grew up thinking I was going to get a Nike tattoo. Like I have been obsessive about Nike my entire life.
this pains me that we didn't talk to Taylor about how the Nike logo
swoosh,
came. So just making people cringe even more at home that we still
that I don't know the full story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing with Nike, so they don't squish your feet, huh?
Even if they do.
Okay, so
this is the only place that no pain, no gain exists.
There we go. Okay.
Because I will 1,000%. I mean, I used to wear also shoes that were too small because they fit, they look better. Now I have big feet. I wear size 9.5 in women.
Okay. I think that's just
5'5".
a totally fine size.
Yeah, no, it's like, I love my feet. I'm very grateful. Thank you. But I am totally used to things not being comfortable because they look better that way.
It's my problem. Like when we started working together, and I still go through these bouts where I'm like, I need a couple cool pairs of shoes, but I'm too functional. And so I try stuff. I'm like, my feet hurt in these shoes. And it's just, there's no way I can do it. So the Vivos actually have been the pair of shoes that I've been into. But like you said, definitely take some break-in. Like I just walked in mine for like half a mile every other day or so, just to kind of like, because it's different.
You definitely have to break you have to break your entire body into a minimal shoe.
Yeah.
But the other thing too, just anybody that is looking for training shoes, one of the best places to start is don't wear running shoes. Do not wear running shoes for your actual training. You want to have a training shoe. It makes a big difference. Just because the sole of a running shoe is that extra lift that you have creates a lot of difference in your body mechanics. So, and you'll start to kind of break it down. And the soles of training shoes are actually more, I want to say concrete. That's
like
not the
rigid.
word. Sturdy, rigid. That's the word.
Because balance it can be really tricky when you have like cushiony shoes.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that added effect is not something that's like, unless you're intentionally doing that. But I would not suggest that at all. I would be very conscious about the shoes that you actually train in because they make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wrote that question down. I would literally, as I was like, ooh, that's a good one. And then as I asked, I was like, what? It's definitely Nike. Why would I even? Okay.
Yeah.
But I see you wearing some Reebok, some Pumas. You mix it up.
Oh, I totally mix it up because overall I'm a shoe fanatic. Yeah. Like, and if there is a shoe that I like that looks a certain way, I definitely will be getting that shoe no matter what brand it is. Almost. I don't wear K-Swisses.
Is there a story there, or you just don't like them?
Just don't like K-Swisses.
Really?
Yeah, it's always my thing. I just like
couldn't do the K-Swiss. Not even when I can't remember what they were called.
They were cool in school, and I had a pair, and that was probably when I solidified. I cannot do K-Swisses. Okay. The look is not it.
Did you ever have a British Knights?
No.
Like, wait, is that a no? You don't know
them? I don't know what they are.
You don't remember British Knights?
No,
wow,
sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, I was a little bit name brand. Was that like...
No, British Knights were cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were kind of along the lines of like, maybe LA Gear. You remember LA Gear? The pumps? Those are the ones I had. We couldn't do the Reebok pumps, so we got the LA Gear pumps.
LA Gear was the ones that lit up on the bottom.
Also, yes. LA Lights, I think they were called or something like that.
Yeah, my mom wouldn't let me have them.
Really? Because you had that hyphy energy, and you would be just lighting up the damn house.
No, my mom. Well, she was worried about some like lead in the shoe, and they're it's gonna go into your body. And
yeah.
I mean, maybe she was correct.
Yeah, maybe she's right.
Yeah,
you never had them, and you're doing all right.
I wouldn't know.
What? I just have a question with the Jordan Nike thing. So does Nike own Jordan, or are they two totally separate things?
They're split entities now. Or split. I don't know the full inside scoop, but the Nike and Jordan are two separate brands. They might actually be underneath the same entity, and they're on the same campus, but they are definitely considered separate brands.
Okay.
Yeah, because Jordan has like Jordan apparel, Jordan shoes. Like you can be a Nike athlete or you can be a Jordan athlete. Okay. Those are not the same things.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. Cool.
It's a little confusing.
Okay, going down the line here. What's the most beautiful place you've ever been?
Well, Peru was definitely the most beautiful. But I want to say Chelan because I love Chelan so much. And it just like means so much to me.
Yeah, anyone outside of Washington, very doubtful they know what Chelan is. No. It's this giant lake.
It's a huge lake in Washington, and I'll just leave it at that. It is a very beautiful place, but Peru, hands down. I always think that when you go, especially from the US, when you go to a country that has so much history, you can't help but just be like awestruck. It's insane. It's insane how new we are here and how old the rest of the world, feels and is.
Even West Coast versus East Coast. When I've got like to Boston and places.
Yes.
It's like, what? This is so cool. You have to get older to appreciate the history, I think, because I went when I was a kid and I was like, this is so done. Dad, let's go to Disney World or wherever we were doing over there. But like Seattle, West Coast has some history, but nothing like it does on the East Coast.
Yeah, no. And so going back to Peru, I got to do the trek to Machu Picchu. So that was like unbelievably gorgeous. The whole like probably 5-day trek. I can't even remember how long it was.
How many miles every day do you think?
I don't know. That's a really good question. It varied though, because sometimes we were going straight up a mountain. Other times we were in the jungle and maybe going downhill a little bit. So it was all over the place.
Was it through like a program or something, or you just did it?
So you can hire guides essentially. We actually lucked out. So I went with a friend and I went and we hired it's essentially like a guide, but they do a handful of people at a time. Well, the couple that was going to do it with us, who we didn't know, ended up not coming. So it was just Mickey and I and the guide. And then you have 2 other people who come along and they cook for you and they like carry some of your stuff, but they don't carry our stuff. They carry the tent that we get to sleep in. Very luxurious way to do it, honestly. But it was so fun and so beautiful and so incredible. But speaking of walking, I've also done the Camino in Spain. So, and that one was beautiful too. Very much like Northwest landscape. My brother kept being like, Kaisa, if you're looking around thinking this is so amazing, why don't you get out in Washington and go hike? Because this is what it's like.
That's pretty true though. Most people, like, I think you go somewhere else, you're more interested in where you don't live. And then you kind of come up and you're like, oh yeah, this is actually incredible here. Like, why don't I ever do these things?
Yeah. I always, anytime I'm out hiking, even in Washington, I'm always like, oh my gosh, I got to do more of this because it's so beautiful out here. Yeah.
I think you should give a quick little hit about Chelan though, because everybody, of course Peru, of course Spain, but like let the people know about Chelan. What do you love about Chelan?
So Chelan, we grew up going to Chelan. Chelan is about 2.5 hours away from Seattle. So
if you're driving like you, it's a good like 3.5 for the standard driver.
Okay, fine, whatever. So we grew up going there every summer because my grandparents had a timeshare there. And Chelan is a very beautiful lake. And I think it's like one of the deepest lakes.
I don't think they know how deep it is. Which still doesn't make sense to me. It's like, how do we go to space, but we can't find the depth of a lake?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think it's like at least a mile deep or something. I could be wrong, but there's something about that.
Yeah, but it's just magical. There's something really... Have you been to Chelan?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like really cold snow melt water, clean, clear.
Super clean.
But really hot in the summer outside, so it feels so refreshing.
Yeah. So, and it's just beautiful. And also, I think sometimes things are beautiful not just by like what they look like, but the feeling you have when you're there. And for me, even when I still go now, you have like all of your childhood there. It's just this like really beautiful, magical place. So
there's a little small town where you can,
Manson.
It's small. The whole place is like pretty small.
And crazy little mini story. We grew up going there. So my sister Raya, obviously every summer we'd go there. Her husband, Aaron, was from Manson and worked at the ice cream shop that we would always frequent every summer. So it's like little, it's just, I like Chelan. I love Chelan.
Yeah.
Little tidbits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is actually good because it segues. I like connecting the questions if I can. So you said sister, met husband, and, like, was it meant to be?
Yeah.
Superstitions. Do you believe?
Oh, gosh, I am so superstitious. This is embarrassing. I am borderlining OCD superstitious.
I've never fully experienced that with you.
Well,
what are some of these that I don't know?
I will literally, I'm constantly, so when I was young too, really bad, like with sports, like only put on your sock one way, only put on your outfit one way, hair had to be done a specific way. I'm very superstitious. It is, you like just poked a bear. It is actually a conscious effort not to be superstitious because it can easily control. Isn't that borderlining on OCD? Is that what that is?
I don't know. I'm not someone who could really.
Yeah. So I have to consciously work on do not allow that to consume what you're doing. Like I'm the type of person, I could be walking and there's a crack in the road and be like, don't step on the crack. You got to step over the crack. Oh my God.
Because it'll break your mom's back.
Turn back around. I mean, not that. No, but I mean, I guess, I don't know. But I am really very superstitious.
But what? Hit us up. What are some
I
of
don't
the
know. I just think my whole,
superstitions?
it's every day. It's something. It's a very
Okay.
conscious effort for me not to be like.
Do you do anything superstitious preparing for the podcast?
No. I mean, I have ticks.
But that's not superstition.
I
Like,
clear my throat.
if you don't, I don't know. I guess I'm looking for any like, what are good superstitions? I guess I'm not really a superstitious person, so I can't really call any out. But
Yeah,
what
I
are
don't
some
have
examples?
I don't have any good ones or any exampple because they're constant little things.
Like don't drink red wine after 12
No. It's not a
a.m..
consistent thing. I'm gonna sound like I have a problem because probably it is a little bit. I can literally even be like, cup shouldn't be on that side. Put it on this side. You know what I mean? Isn't that a superstition?
No, I think that's more OCD.
Okay, well, so I blended the two.
Superstition being sort of like one thing, like you believe that. I should just look it up. What it's actually the definition.
Yeah, so
Let's look it up.
superstitions in sports. And I feel like
Totally.
in sports, they turn into like rituals. So for me, it was very much like how it was this whole thing of how I got prepared for a game or for a track meet. And so I definitely had like, you had, your left sock goes on, then your right sock goes on. And then you have this underneath your jersey. And then your hair goes back with like the pre-wrap. And then it's in the perfect bun. And so I had tons of superstitions.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if this is the right a trust in magic or chance, a false conception of causation. So kind of like if you do this thing, if you don't do this thing will happen.
Yeah, so mine was always a negative. Like if you don't do everything the right way, you're gonna have a terrible game.
Okay.
But even if you had a good game, you know what I mean? It never made sense. And that's why I started to get like, it's okay. Because for me in sports, it was just it was like a ritual. It helped me to start get into like the mode of the game and prep for that. But I guess now it's turned into a little OCD. We've just
you're talking about like the glass needs to be over here.
Yeah, I'm very much like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it get in the way? Has it ever like got in the way, or have you always been able to sort of control it somewhat?
I mean, I think it's my personality is obsessive. And so I think it's probably a lot, but I don't remember them specifically. So I don't know if it ever like got in the way. I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I'm going to have to dive into that.
All right. Maybe we'll come back to superstitions another day.
Well, now we've diagnosed it's not superstition.
Yeah,
I have
a little bit more OCD, ADD, puppy energy.
ADD, puppy energy, OCD.
Okay.
And I'm not laughing at that. Those
No.
are all very real things
Very true.
for me.
Yes, thanks
and
for clearing that
conscious
up.
things of I am constantly having to practice.
Yeah.
Because I'm not somebody that also wants to go on medication.
For sure.
So I'm having to constantly practice.
I also am not laughing at that. I am laughing at you. To be clear.
Yes.
I feel like I can laugh at you.
You can 1,000% laugh at me. I just don't want to make sure I'm not offending anybody. We're not.
100%.
These are not like lighthearted things. These are very real things that happen in my life. Yeah.
Totally. Okay. I just feel like everyone always wants to talk about these. So, morning routine.
Well,
what's your morning routine, Kaisa?
This is so funny because I was just talking to my brother about how awful my morning routine is.
Oh,
because
so not something you recommend to the
not
people.
something I would recommend to people because I don't enjoy the morning. So my morning routine is very rushed because I'm the type of person, I set 3 or 4 alarms. So if I have to...
How do you set those? Like just
every 15 minutes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so I have them set at night. Like 6:30, 6:45, 7, 7:15, your ass better be out of bed.
Is your phone next to your bed?
Uh-huh.
Would it change anything if your phone was not next to your bed? Like if you had to get up, would you just get back into bed?
Oh, like if my alarm went off and it was out in my living room?
Or like on a dresser or something? To where you physically have to get out of bed to go get it or turn it off. Would that make a difference?
Probably. Yeah. These are things I should probably take into account. But for me, the morning is just not something I enjoy. And it's always something that kind of bothers me about myself, that I can't get the morning under, it's just like ingrained to think that if you wake up early in the morning, you're a more productive human being and you're like a better human and all these things. And I get in arguments a lot about this, but I am just not a morning person. I am an evening person. That's when I come alive. That's when I get most of my work done. So I think I just now kind of accept that my morning is always going to feel a little rushed. I would love to wake up 30 minutes earlier. One, so that I'm not speeding as I'm trying to get places. But another trick for me, I've learned, I set things earlier in the morning. So like appointments or meetings or things that we do, but I don't have a ritual besides get your workout clothes on or get your sweats on, make a pot of coffee, brush your hair and your teeth.
Go. Okay. What is a morning routine that, what does a successful morning routine for you look like? Like what would be an ideal morning routine?
Well, I mean, I don't have any ideal routine that includes sitting, reading a book and drinking a cup of coffee. That is not me. Morning routine would probably be just not having to rush around. So like being able to turn on some music, being able to take my time. I love like putting on my makeup. I'd love not to have to put that on in the car. Just like having a moment in the morning where I'm not starting my day already stressed out and the anxiety that, I'm late to something.
So it's just mainly timing. Yeah, this kind of seems like a theme.
We've got a timing issue.
Yeah, okay.
Here.
What about evening routine? So this is your jam. Let's talk about the evening routine.
Yes. You know what's crazy? Again, I was telling my brother this. I get so excited when the sun starts setting and the evening comes. I come alive in the evenings. I also just like, that's when my brain turns on. So a lot of my evening routine includes getting my work done. So I've started to realize that kind of this, for lack of a better word, dead part of my day is like 2 to like 5 p.m. So I'll set random things in there, but I also know that's kind of like my chill out time. When most people have their day ends at 6 and then they have that free time, that's my free time in the middle of the day. So when the evening comes, I am now cooking. So I'll make myself some very easy dinner, sit down, answer emails, go through any work stuff I have, write my programs, do that. And then I really look forward to probably vacuuming a little bit, cleaning, putting laundry in, and then sitting down and watching TV. That's my new evening routine.
What time do you go to bed? No shame here. Just
1 a.m.
1 a.m. Okay.
Late.
Is that your goal? Like, are you like, I need to be in bed by 1?
I'd be really happy if I was in bed by midnight.
Midnight. Okay.
Yeah. But last night was like 12:45. Had to finish the show. Also, evening routine. Now I've been doing this like collagen tea, and then I sit there and have my recovery air boots on, and I'm just like living the dream.
Yeah. Your evening routine sounds like a lot of morning routine. You just do it in the evening. Yeah. Which is cool.
In the evening. Yeah. So I'm very peaceful by the time I go to bed.
I used to be super morning. I don't know if when I like caught COVID, if I've just like, if I have some lingering effects, but like I have been tired in the mornings for the last like 4 or 5 months. And I mean, life is also busy, so it could be it. But noticeably, very strangely, Priya has never been a morning person. And the last few months, she has been getting up at 5 and doing this whole morning routine. She's reading a book. She's like loving it. She's getting all the stuff done. She likes it. But now I'm like sleeping in and like snoozing my alarm and all this. I'm like, what is going on? But then yesterday I found like, it was like 8, I think around 8. And I just like kind of sat down and I was like, oh, I need to do a few work things. And I felt really good actually, kind of in an evening flow. Like,
8 p.m.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Yeah. And I was like, maybe like the season right now is like more of a night vibe. Because here's the thing with a kid, no matter how early I get up, there's anxiety around, is he going to wake up and sort of like spoil this routine? Spoil a routine. Like I love him, but if I'm doing something, if I'm like meditating or working out or reading and he comes out, it's like, well, I obviously have to pay attention to him.
Yeah.
Whereas evening, I think it's different because it's like, oh, cool, he's asleep. Now I truly have this like stress-free feeling.
Yeah. And obviously I don't have a kid. I think that's the same thing for me in the morning. Like there's an inevitable piece of your day is going to happen. And my days are very busy. So for me, I think in the morning, I can't calm down because there is always something to do. Like there is an email to answer, there is a phone call to be had, there is, somewhere to go. So it's just never been a reality for me, even if I've tried. Also, I spent half my career waking up at 5 a.m. to train a 6 a.m. clients. Mm-hmm. Like I've done that. It doesn't work for me. And so instead of fighting that, it's now being okay with the fact that I have what would be considered by most a backward schedule, but it works really, really good for me. And in the evening, like I literally hustle and bustle all day because I'm so excited to like come home to my house. I have shout out to Hugh's lights. My dad's an electrician, so it makes sense. I'm a light person. I put colored lights on. So I'll have like, colored lights on, a candle lit, music, and I just like vibe out. Even if I'm working, it's a vibe and I love it. So
got the mood.
Total mood. Here by myself, it's a mood.
Okay, we got routines. Got that.
Oh no. Are you like leaving the juicy ones for last? Are there juicy ones or are we getting, is this like
what's the worst date you've ever been on?
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I am fully
Come on, just let it out. Let it out. The people want to know. I want to know.
Date. I've been on a lot of not good dates. Gotta be honest.
You can share top 3 if you want.
Yeah,
let's do top 3 worst dates. That way you don't have to really, you can just, give us some diversity.
I mean, this is going to sound too, like I've been on a lot of dates where it was a setup for some, you know what I mean? There's like
Wait.
Mike is already looking at me.
Oh, someone set you up or you set, okay, just go on.
I'm literally panicking. I don't know if I can answer these. Okay, what have been some... I haven't dated a lot, but apparently I've been on a lot of not good dates.
Okay.
Most of the dates just are boring. I don't have like, this has been like some horrendous, awful date. I literally actually don't think I've been on a good story of a date. They're just with really not interesting people or people that have...
Come on, you're just gonna get us that? That's not good.
Okay, I've dated a lot of athletes.
Okay.
So there's like ulterior motives that have happened when I was really young and naive to things. I've gotten myself in some sticky situations and I was always like, a little naive about things and, had to end a lot of dates a little aggressively, but
okay.
Yeah.
That kind of got heavy. Any funny
I know, that's what I'm
ones?
saying. I don't have any like really good ones. Yeah. It didn't, okay, not that negatively, but...
Sure. But,
Yeah.
Not a good spot.
And no knock to athletes. I mean, I've been around...
But
like,
definitely knock to anybody who is aggressive.
Absolutely knock to anybody that's aggressive. But that's what I was trying to say. Like, I've been on a lot of not good dates, but like not good stories.
Like you never had to
dates.
like bail mid-dinner or like, I don't know, nothing. Nothing.
No.
Wow. I thought.
I mean, there were probably plenty of times where I should have bailed mid-dinner.
But you thought there might be opportunity.
I just thought like, I'm also like kind of nice sometimes. If it's a really boring date,
Sure.
I'm going to like carry on the conversation. Sometimes it becomes like, it's a skill to have, to be able to carry on conversations with people.
Tell me about it.
I know. As you're trying to carry on this one with me. That was not,
I thought that was a good one.
We're going to come back. No, because I don't have, and also like the last time I went on a date was so long ago.
How long ago?
The last time I went on a date was, no, you're right. You're right.
Well, I'm also curious what you could timestamp it to see. I'm just curious.
No,
because I remember one you told me about.
Yeah, I think that's the last date I've been on.
Which one though? When timestamp? You don't have to say person, but just give me a time.
Maybe a few months ago? Handful of months ago? More than that?
Okay.
Mike,
I think that lines up. I think that lines up. Okay. But you are actively accepting resumes.
I'm actively accepting resumes.
There is a datekaisa.com, I believe.
This is so funny because I've never talked about this kind of stuff for so long. It's just been like, it's only the professional side of things. So we're definitely letting people in. But yes, I am single and ready to mingle when the time is right.
Yeah. I'm scared of that a little bit.
Oh,
you know?
no, really?
Yeah, well, just because like you're so available and like you know, like I'm like, damn, she gets swept away.
Oh, I'm so available now.
Yeah.
Like for work and business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing we're building, you know,
Oh,
if love comes in the
no.
picture.
No, I'm not really.
know.
I don't.
You never
Okay,
know.
you don't. I'm not the type of person that gets
know.
swept away like that.
I know, but you're obsessive, as you've
I
said.
am obsessive.
You know, you're just like,
Oh,
Mike, I
no.
found this new thing.
The universe has known
No.
all along.
I truly believe anybody that would come in would. There's no. They'd
that's
have
most
to
of the-
accept the way you are.
That's
anyways.
most of the reason why things don't work out for me is because I'm so focused on my career and what we
Yeah.
have going on. It is literally the same repeating pattern. No knock to the wonderful men that I've dated. It's the same repeating pattern of getting to a certain point in time where I'm not that available.
Yeah.
And if you don't have a similar lifestyle, then, you know, it doesn't make you feel good that I'm not very available. And then I'm gone a lot. And then I have certain things that are priorities. That's why now I'm kind of figuring, I think I would like, you know, if he had several children, that would probably be great because then he has something that's like, you know, really important and more priority or, you know, business or whatever else it is. But I would also love to be a stepmom. So put that out there for the rest
Put that out there. So it's some qualifications, not requirements.
Not requirements, but qualifications.
Yeah. Divorced or not even necessarily divorced, but just. Yeah.
No. Oh my God, no, Jesus. Oh my gosh, you walked me right into that one.
You're like, no, nothing doesn't need to be.
Absolutely
At least
not,
separated.
Absolutely not in a relationship right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But maybe you were married, maybe you were never married. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
I know I'm at the point right now where I'm 36. Like to think that I'm going to meet, it's also not important to me. If you've had a
Yeah.
relationship or not, or a million, it doesn't matter to me. But I'm also somebody that I don't necessarily believe in happily ever after. Like my end goal is not necessarily to meet the one love of my life and get married and like have the rest of my life with him. Like that's just not my mindset. I am a partner person. I am a team person. I would love to be in a partnership, but I'm very open to what that looks like. I'm not into an open partnership. I don't confuse those two.
So also on the qualifications, not requirements.
Children. I would love to be.
Yeah.
I would love to be around a lot of kids. And at not that I'm like, whoa, but at my age, I'm not going to have 5 children unless I, you know.
Especially maybe where you're at right now.
And where I'm
you're
at.
not like
Yeah.
ready. Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
ready to have kids. And
and also like if you met someone, even I would hope there'd be a little time. You know what I mean? Like not always.
No, and whatever's meant to be will be. But I'm just saying the thing about this, and not to get too dark, what I'm doing like business wise is my passion. It's literally like why I think I was put on this earth. And so when I feel so drawn and passionate to something, I know that I'd want to be really involved in my child or children's lives, and I would never want to resent them from pulling me away from this thing that I'm working on and building right now. And if at some point in time, I feel like, you know, business-wise or career-wise, I've gotten to a point that I feel like this is really where I wanted to go and like kind of reach that moment, then maybe I would look around and, you know, children would be a good fit. But right now it's not.
Yeah. I think that's really honest and admirable. Yeah.
Thank you.
Because I think that's kind of same thing with like when we've thought about having another kid. I'm like, it would take me away from too much versus, you know, like it would be, I wouldn't be as good of a father to 2, this is what I believe, as I could be to 1 and do the other things that I want to do. Because those are important things to me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I think we're of a new generation. You know, I think it is definitely a new generation that understands, especially a new generation of women that understands that, you know, getting married and having children isn't everything. It doesn't need to be everything in your life. And for some people it is. Like both of my sisters are married with children, happy and love it. And, you know, that's great. I just know myself well enough to know like that's not really the journey for me right now. And I'm, you know, it's a work in progress to be okay with that because everywhere around you tells you like, this is what you should be doing right now. But yeah, I think I've done enough work to know myself, to know kind of where I'm at and how I feel about it. Honestly, how I feel about it.
Yeah, I think it's great.
And then I'm leaving room to say, if I do meet somebody, this may all change.
Totally. Yeah. You never know.
But you
All
never
you know
know
is what you know right now.
Amen.
Okay. If you could ask your future self one question, what would it be? Do I Meet the love of my life. Does he ever show up?
I mean, sometimes, okay, to go on a tangent of that, when I look at my life, I feel like sometimes I have, okay, we're just totally going on a tangent. When I drive across the I-90 bridge that I used to every single day for training, it's the most beautiful view. And I'd always have these mini midlife crisis moments. And, you know, that was like last year. And I always ask myself, if you were to die today or tomorrow, do you feel like you really are doing the things that you, like you've put your all into the things that you're doing? And my answer is yes, in every bucket, except for, you know, like meeting a partner. And not that like that completes my life, but when I look at all the things that I'm doing, I think that's one place that I have no control over. I have some control. I mean, I've even hired a matchmaker. Okay. Let's be real. Like I have put energy into that, but at the end of the day, that's kind of the biggest unknown for me. A lot of other things, I don't think I'd ask my older self if like, did I become successful? Or like, I'm working as hard as I can to all those things, which means I'm okay with the outcome. But there's one, you know, the question is always like, am I going to meet somebody or 5 people or 1 person or like, what's going to happen there? In my romantic life is always kind of this unknown, and it feels like I have no control over it anymore. So I am always curious about it.
It's good.
Yeah.
I was yeah.
I think I'd also ask, at this point in time, I don't plan on having children. So I think I'd also ask like, do you regret not having children? Just to kind of know that answer.
Yeah, it's hard, those like future questions, because it's kind of like, yeah, you sort of like, if you live your life honest and true and all these things, you know, it's like, did you regret having children? Where, you know, that's kind of.
And that's the truth. Like I really do have these conversations with myself all the time. They don't just happen in my, you know, drive over the bridge anymore. I'm not making that drive, but I have the questions all the time with myself of like, when I'm living my life in the day-to-day grind of my life, do I feel like I am truly living the life that I want to live? And I feel like even if at some moment one bucket isn't exactly how I want it to be, I do feel like I'm always working towards certain things happening, and I don't feel stagnant. And I feel like I'm always putting in a lot of energy to be living the life that I want to live. And that for me is like, okay, that's as good as you can do, you know, like it doesn't mean life is always grand. It just means like I'm always putting in effort, whether it's effort for, you know, better relationships and dynamics with family and friends, or, you know, effort into like my business and my passion and pouring that out, or myself and the work that I'm doing on myself. Like I'm always doing the best that I can in that moment.
Yeah, because it's kind of like if you were to ask yourself, do I ever live in like a beach town or whatever? It's more of like, you could just ask yourself now, like, do I want to live in a beach town? Then I just start going down and being intentional with that. So it's kind of hard. It's almost like you feel, I guess the point is that if you're present and you're intentional, you can, to some degree, kind of get anything you want in a way.
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't think you can get everything you want, but like there's a difference between, okay, I don't know how to say this clearly, but there's a difference between like having a goal and not being present, which I've done for most of my life, and the journey into that goal, right? And just thinking that like life happens when you get to that goal, or like, you know, you're happy when you get to that goal. It's an active practice to say, maybe I'm not in all the places that I want to be in my life, but I know without a doubt that almost every single day I am putting in the energy to get to those places. And I'm enjoying the process of what that all looks like while it's happening, which is life. So if I was to look back now, there's like nothing that I regret. I mean, I would regret if if like business didn't go to some parts of the vision that I have for it, but also I am doing everything I possibly can for that to get there. So I don't think that I would regret not putting in more energy, but I am putting in all the energy, you know, or for, you know, like my own fitness and health. And I would regret like not pushing myself to see what I was capable of, but I am pushing myself to see what I'm capable of. And I am taking care of my body. Traveling, like I would regret not going to more places, but I'm, you know, COVID got in the way of all that, but I am actively setting up trips. So I'm doing everything that I possibly can to kind of fulfill all those hopes and dreams that I would think that I would have, and that I do have.
Yeah. That's an inspiring answer, Kaisa. Oh, I like that one.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, we'll see about this next one then. If you were to run for president, what would your campaign slogan be?
Oh my gosh.
I have
It
one when
gets so political. Get the hell out of America. I don't have a good one. I do not have a good one, and I'm panicking right now.
How about let's get moving?
God. Out of this country.
No, come on.
Well, you never know with me. I'm trying to get my dual citizenship. So
For Finland?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, for Europe. Both my siblings, my younger siblings have it. Just my older sister and I don't have it. So
It's a pretty big process, right?
well, apparently it's a huge process. They got it really easily, and we were not of the age at that point in time. And everybody that I've talked to now says there's no way that your full sibling, two of your full siblings have it and you can't have it, because people know cousins who have gotten dual citizenship and are able to get it. So that's a tangent. But
Sure. But that's where you're at.
yeah, I'm definitely at. I do not want to take on that mess. I would never.
I know. Okay, let's ask a different one.
Okay.
We'll just go. We'll just.
Mike's getting
no,
nervous.
I was
I'll
no. I was
answer any
thinking like, can
question.
we do one that's not political, but that same campaign? But I think we just move on to your most memorable teenage celebrity crush. Who was it?
Oh, Ken Griffey Jr.
Ken Griffey.
Oh, what? Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar
Really?
Martinez.
Really?
I mean, I'm
Interesting.
not like late teens, but I was an
Sure.
avid baseball
I didn't know
fan.
that.
Yeah, and I was not like a
Did you play? I know you played a little baseball, but at that time was
played
that
baseball. Yeah, I
Okay.
played baseball. I played baseball until high school, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe right before then. But definitely Mariner. That was an avid baseball player. That's not really teen though. That's tween, right? That's like
Sure, that's fine.
10, 11, 12.
We don't have to get super. I'm just surprised because they kind of seem like a little older. Like I was picturing you're gonna
Apparently,
say
I
like
old men.
like Skeet Ulrich or something, or like I don't even know the names.
No, but I grew up in the era
The
where it was
Jonas
like
Brothers.
NSYNC and Hanson
Yeah.
and Backstreet Boys. I didn't listen to any of
weren't
that.
into
I
it.
didn't listen to any of that. I listened to rap and R&B in
Yeah.
like grade school because that's what my sister was listening to. So I wasn't into every kind of like tweeny bopper thing that a lot of the girls had crushes on. I was not into.
Plus, you had to be different.
I'm so happy you know
Right?
that about me. I had to be different.
You're like, I like Edgar Martinez.
Yeah. I did. I really loved.
What position was he?
Edgar was designated hitter.
Okay. I almost said shortstop. I was just throwing it out.
That was
there.
Joey Cora.
Okay, Cora. Okay.
And then Alex Rodriguez, who went to the third base.
Rod, which was similar to Edgar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Edgar Martinez Drive. You know, that's how I get on the freeway coming from the studio.
Oh, I know, right? I know. And he was
Do you have a
recently.
moment?
No.
No, okay.
He was recently their, I think he was their batting coach. And then
Okay.
I think they fired him.
Shit. That'd be kind of brutal to like come back and you kind of feel like you have like a comeback story like to the place you played and then it's like it's not working out.
No.
That'd be hard.
Yeah. I don't know. That might
we don't
not
know
be
if
an
this is
accurate
even
story.
true. This
yeah.
could totally
But
be
he's not
gossip.
with them anymore, whatever happened there. And if he was doing a good job, I think he'd still be with them. So
Maybe. You know, it could have been a difference of opinions.
yeah, totally.
You know?
As with everything.
Favorite high school memory?
None.
None.
I hated
Zero.
high school. I also blacked it out. Favorite high school memories. When I graduated,
Okay.
was moving on. We have fun. Like there were good sports memories.
Yeah,
I think.
We'll share some. Or one.
I really like.
Did you ever like win like a big championship or?
I got best dressed my sophomore year. That was like winning something.
What?
Yeah.
Do you have the photo? It's in a yearbook, I assume.
It's in a yearbook somewhere, but I know the outfit and it's horrifying.
We need to exchange
What I was
yearbook
wearing.
photos, by the way, because mine they're so great. I look like a different person. I would
Horrifying.
love to see. I'm sure you were probably like really cool.
I was cool, but the outfit, I thought I was cool. I don't know if other people thought I was cool, but the outfit I was wearing for this photo was awful.
But it was best dressed.
But it was like, we got best dress of the year, and then it was like, all right, pick your outfit, and like, that's the outfit that goes in the yearbook underneath best dressed.
And that was not good.
That was not good. That's
Were
where
they
I'm like,
ironically giving you that award?
what?
No, I'm just saying.
No, I
Okay.
came to school.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they created like a dress code because I came to school. It was like my
Oh, you set the tone and style for the school's dress.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, but my freshman and sophomore year, the seniors were wearing what I was wearing. Okay. Like I was coming to school with things that would still be cute now. I was wearing like cargo pants. Unfortunately, yes, I was wearing crop tops and stiletto boots, and I would wear that. I would get on the bus at 6:30 in the morning in that outfit and wear it all day at school. I was dedicated to my outfits.
I like how wait, what would be the alternative? Do people change at lunch or something?
No, but to know that you're going to wear stiletto heels to class.
Okay.
Have you ever tried walking in a 4-inch heel?
A couple times.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. Do you want to tell us?
Only in the living room. I haven't gone out. And I definitely didn't go to school.
Okay. Well, so that is where my mindset was like, we've talked about, fashion pain is like no pain, no gain, but except for when it comes to fashion.
Got it.
Yeah, I was dedicated to my outfits. They were planned out. They were on point. It was a fashion show.
Okay. The red pants you were wearing the other day.
Oh.
What's the story with those? It's kind of like a boot cut. Is that a new thing? I didn't think. It kind of has like
red boot cut pants?
Like maroon. Is in your little swipe weekly outfits.
Oh my gosh, Mike is totally trying to clone on me right now, and I don't know what you're trying to clone on.
No, not a clone. I was just curious. It seemed like a very different style. They're kind of like almost baggy. I think you wore them with some heels or some sort of pointy shoe.
Are you colorblind? I don't think I had maroon pants.
Okay.
I mean, I have maroon on right now.
No. We're
gonna look at it after.
We'll have to
Mike's
look at
totally
this.
trying to clown me.
Hold
but this
on.
is the thing about being, if you're a little bit risky,
clowning.
I
I'm
would
just
say
asking questions.
But the thing is with like quote unquote fashion, I would much rather, you started this all by saying that nobody else was doing it or wearing it or this and that. And so for me, when it comes to fashion, I'd much more make risky, sometimes bad choices, but be wearing things that are very, those are sweatpant joggers.
Sweatpant joggers, okay.
Yeah, those are like literally, okay.
But they have the opening, the flare at the bottom.
Yeah, they have a zipper at the bottom. So I just zip them open, unzip them. Yeah, so they're open.
Is that where we're going? Are we going back to
I don't know if
flare?
we're going anywhere, but
yeah, you're going where someone is not going.
Yeah, I'm going. And whether or not, sometimes I look at the outfits that I wore a week later and I'm like, what were you thinking? That was awful.
Okay.
But in the moment, for me, outfit is just a creative expression and I change my mood all the time. So in that moment, I was feeling the vibe of those maroon pants.
Thank you.
No, I'm so sorry. You were absolutely correct. Those were maroon track pants and I blanked it out. Okay.
I started getting worried. I was like, am I colorblind?
No, I'm so sorry.
Something wrong with me?
I'm really sorry. I'm not trying to create a complex for you.
Okay. That's
maroon
cool.
pants with
totally
heels.
Fine. Okay. We're going to go rapid fire.
Oh, okay.
Biggest risk ever taken.
How can you go rapid fire on that? I mean, biggest risk ever taken would be, it's all career. Leaving a very successful company to do my own thing or go to school, do my own thing. Leaving a very successful partnership on social media to do my own thing. Not really because I wanted to. Going broke, can't even count as many times because I believed in my my vision of what I was doing. I'm a risky person. I don't believe without big risks, no big reward is going to come. And I have very big visions about what I want to do.
You couldn't. What do you mean you can't ask that rapid fire? You came out hot with it.
How's
Bam.
sweaty palms again?
We already talked about a personal quality that you want to improve, which is timing. So we'll scratch that one out. What's the strangest product someone has ever came to you that they wanted to collaborate or wanted you to rep? You got to have something funky, through Instagram or social media.
Yeah, what would it be?
We have this new thing.
Oh, man.
Or you could rattle off just a few. I mean, whatever.
I've gotten a lot of really random equipment, these hip thrust equipment things are always the weirdest, most sexual.
Yeah.
Is this kind of like a sex toy? And then it's also supposed to be hip thrust equipment. So weird. I've gotten all of the take this flat tummy to take this, lose 20 pounds and get,
what do you think they pay?
what does a flat tummy tea pay? The big people?
Sure.
Oh, Kim Kardashian gets paid $1 million plus dollars. They used to. I actually think they've stopped doing it because of how awful it is. And also social media started putting regulations on certain things. I think that's when things started stopping because it's so terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so false marketing and not true. Like they do not look that way because they're taking a flat tummy tea. Also, it's a freaking diuretic. It's terrible for you. And they look that way because they are getting surgery every day. Like, let's be real.
Which is funny about that because it's not even like they're hiding that. You know what I mean? It's not like that. I don't feel like that is hidden.
They are hiding. They do not come out and say they're getting surgery. They're coming out and saying,
really?
Oh, yes.
Oh, maybe I guess it just looks so obvious that you're like, oh, you look like a different person from they're 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Got it.
I mean, not to like dive down that rabbit hole, but they are 1,000% not coming out and saying that they've done really anything.
Okay.
And, they always post about like that they're working out and this and that, but
got it.
You don't change your body that way by working out, people.
I'm always learning from you, and I like this.
me and my pop culture info.
I've never felt more like an out of touch dad as I have for the last year or two. Like Priya's always telling me like, hey, like she literally now will tell me, which we haven't talked about. I think it's called thought. Have you heard of what a thought?
Yeah. That hoe over there.
Yeah. Which is like, she will just drop me like, hey, here's this like pop culture reference.
Cool slang word.
So you just know. So if it comes up, like you could talk to Kaisa about it.
Okay,
like,
but also don't call anybody
No,
that.
I know I wouldn't. But then I'm like, how do you use that in a sentence? Like I sound like a spelling bee.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, thought.
Yeah. And
anyways.
THOT is what he's saying, not thought as in, thoughts in your head.
It's like a Megan Stallion.
Probably that's
like lyric or something. Yeah.
But when a woman is saying it to a woman, it could be endearing. But other than that, it's not.
Okay. We'll move past that. Would you go to space if you could go?
Absolutely not.
Me neither.
Whoa. Yeah. No.
I have no intention.
No intention of leaving this earth. Hello. One, I'm deathly afraid of heights.
Yeah.
No.
Even okay. I'm like coming up with this as on the spot. Even if there was no risk, like if it was 100% that you'd be totally fine, would you go?
Freaked out by what would happen.
Yeah.
Freaked out by the 0.001% chance that something could happen. I'm not trying to end my life early.
Yeah, to me, because this comes up, I feel like I feel like you're rare. Like I say no too. Most people say yes for sure.
Oh, really?
I'm like, we have cameras that show me I have not explored the state of Washington enough, like let alone to go, not even globally, but like we're talking to a whole nother dimension.
No.
Or not dimension, I guess just like
and again, I'm reserving the right to change that when Bezos calls me up and asks me to go.
Do you want to go to space for this Instagram post?
Just kidding. No.
On a rocket, bitches!
Yeah, that's a big no.
That's a good one. I'm glad I did not think.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Have you ever have you ever fallen for a scam?
Like buy 12 CDs for 99 cents.
No, more like you've been tricked, like you've been duped. And I'm only going to bring up
bring up something
because this was like I feel like Craig and I recently prevented you.
Oh my gosh, that is so bad.
You were like, guys, I just got a text message from Amazon, and they said like my card was charged or something. And we're like, both of us without even hesitation, we're like, okay, first of all, Amazon would never text you that.
No, you guys did not. You reacted like, don't touch it. Because I think I was like getting ready to call.
Yeah, you were about to hit the link or something. You're like, hold on. Which is like a direct probably link to, they're like, put in your social security and your bank cards.
So the answer is definitely yes. Okay. I am that. Okay. So I mean this in a very endearing way. Sometimes I'm a little dumb. Like sometimes I'm like
trusting.
Not just trusting, but like a little slow, like my thought process sometimes. And I think also because my brain is scattered in a lot of other places, I'm trying to give myself the benefit of the doubt, but I'm a little slow to like some things like that. I'm okay with it. It's just, you can't be good at everything, but things like that they probably happen to me more than I know.
But nothing like you're like, okay, I got ripped off for $5,000 or, I bought this thing that wasn't what it said it was. No good scam stories.
No good scam stories. Not that I can remember, but the unfortunate part about all this is my memory is so bad. It could have been something crazy.
Or you're just not aware of the scam.
Yeah, could be happening to
Like
me
this
right
house
now.
might not be yours. This could be your realtor's.
I am trusting like that. Something could have happened.
Okay, this one is it could be funny and it could also be scary. So, worst gag reflex moment.
Oh my gosh. First of all, that sounds so sexual. And Mike
I know.
has to
See, this is the thing.
preface this whole thing with the fact that
You had a gag reflex moment before, because I don't even know why. It's like the cough turns into this gag and it just gets...
we don't know, honestly.
Have you been checked out for this?
Oh yeah, like it's like a anxiety.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Okay, and it sounds awful.
It does.
It sounds
That's why,
really
but, you know,
awful.
It's a thing.
And it's not happening in like certain situations. It's happening in like the worst, like everyday life moments.
It starts with a drink of water.
Yeah.
Then it goes to a quick throat clearing. Then it goes to kind of like a cough, and then it goes to full on like, I don't know what's happening. I'm scared.
It is, yeah. Let me just say.
I guess here's the question before you even just...
It's been around most of my life.
Yeah. Has it ever happened, say like, is there a funny story on like dinner or breakfast or like speaking engagement?
Not speaking engagement. I have ways of like...
You kind of hide it.
Having to hide. Yeah, that was a bad example, but
you do like a standing like... you know what it reminds me of? Oh my God, I just realized it. Like a cat. When a cat goes to like
throw
puke,
up?
yeah, they kind of do this like body sort of...
This is so foul. Now we're giving the team inside scoop, but I do have it is anxiety. It's a condition.
I'm sorry, I did not realize this was a medical condition. We will scratch this one.
It's a good thing we're so open on this podcast.
Yes.
We don't mind. And if you want to judge us, you can judge us. We're being as open as we possibly can. But I do have some type of a gagging disorder.
We're moving on. We cannot end on that one.
Okay, no.
Unless you started gagging, which that would be funny, and then I could just fade in the music and do whatever. Okay, if you had musical talent, what music would you make?
Oh my gosh, R&B.
Okay.
Hello, I would sing. I did have musical talent with the cello.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, I played the cello and the violin.
Really?
Yeah, because my fingers split really far apart, so with the cello I could... Another talent.
That is interesting.
Yeah, my fingers split really far apart, so with the cello I could...
Wow.
Yeah.
Another condition.
Yeah, another condition.
How long did that go on for? The cello?
All middle school. And
then what happened?
It just wasn't very cool.
Yeah.
And
although
sports,
it's cool now.
It would have been super cool.
I could see you in here dramatically just...
Well, I went to Cirque du Soleil the other day, this weekend, and one of the women was playing the cello, and she was like carrying it around while she was doing part of the act, and it was so cool. It was so badass. But one, sports took up a lot of my time, but also I just, when I went into high school, I just didn't think it was very cool.
Yeah.
Although Roosevelt was known for
band.
I think they had good
or
band
orchestra,
and orchestra
right?
in general. Yeah.
They're usually separate,
Roosevelt,
right?
Garfield. Yes, band and orchestra are separate.
That's kind of cool. Do you think you could like play a little bit when's the last time you touched a cello?
Probably middle school.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got to go to a
violin shop.
A shop.
Yes.
And
that would be cool.
Priya actually played viola.
Oh, cool.
And she rented one
Just
few
to
years
see?
ago. This is actually many years ago, but you can rent them from like Kennelly Keys or whatever. It's cheap.
Yeah.
You should totally rent a cello.
Yeah. And just start playing.
I could see you having just a cello because it looks cool.
In my room.
I'm looking around. I'm like, I could see a cello.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but definitely like if I could have a musical talent singing, there is nothing like being able to like have your voice connect with the thought that you think is, how you're going to sound when you come out and you're like, what the hell? That is not what that's supposed to be. We did karaoke the other night, which was so fun. We went to Rockbox and did karaoke, and it is so horrifying every time when you're like, oh yeah, like I can't sing. I'm not good at all. And I have a vision of what I'm going to sound like and what it's going to be like. And it was awful.
Where's your favorite place to sing?
Where? In the shower.
In the shower.
Where you sound good.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, mine's the car.
Oh.
I think because like the shower, there's still, you live alone.
I live alone.
So it's even just like,
Don't tell people I live alone.
well, no. And then you have your like, armed guards. I mean, we don't mention them.
Fully secured building.
Yeah. Yeah, car feels safer to me. Do you go ham in the car?
Oh, I go ham.
Plus the acoustics are, because it's so like dead, so it's really.
Or I'll go windows down. Like I love music. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is turn music on.
Yeah.
Going back to morning rituals, but I love music. Like love. So,
You've actually inspired me lately because we have, actually you got it for me, the little boom box, the UE boom.
Yeah.
And we have it in the living room. And
Love.
when I wake up in the morning, especially like when the kids running around, it's so nice to have there's something about having kind of a buffer. And it sets the mood, or evening time when he gets home from school, put some tunes on.
Yeah.
And it's noticeably, I feel like everybody operates a little bit better.
Yeah.
He always wants rock and roll and he wants to go crazy. He's crazy.
River.
He's crazy. But yeah, I actually love every time I come over here, you're always jamming out.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
I just love music.
Okay.
No other random ones?
I mean, we're at like an hour.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah.
Okay,
we don't want to.
wow,
I mean,
wrap it up.
If people stuck with us this time, I mean, first of all, we want to say
appreciate
thank you. You probably know a lot more about Kaisa now than you did before this show.
Try not to hold your judgments, especially because Mike started bringing up some. The gagging one. We're so sorry you had to learn that fact about me.
And now you can. Now it's like verified that these were not pre-screened questions.
No, these are definitely not.
As I'm asking them, this is probably a bad idea, but I'll just go ahead with it.
Yeah, but we all have nervous, ticks and twitches and things.
Not all of us, but
a
lot. I definitely do. I'm not singling it. Cool. Well, and we'd love to hear what you thought about this style of show, right? We're still testing things here on the Kaisa show. We're going deep sometimes. We're going random other times. We'll have some guests in the future.
Yeah. We're going light sometimes. Like today, we kind of kept it light. But we really do want to hear from those of you that are hopefully listening and interested in what we talk about. Please let us know, because we're still, your questions and comments are still guiding us right now. So definitely let us know how we can evolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be working with you on that.
Okay. Well, Mike, thank you for your amazing questions, -1 today.
And thank you for your honesty and willingness to embrace a little humility.
Absolutely.
I think that's bold.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes it fun. I'm going to come back with a good dating. The one question out of all this that bothers me is that I didn't have a good dating story.
Yeah, we got to work.
Yeah, I got to work on that. I've obviously blacked out a lot of that. So I'm going to work on a good dating story and come back to you all with that. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us here today. We'll see you back on the round table very soon.
Peace.